Jonathan Lareau, followed by Scott Brown.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Lareau. I live in Haymarket and work in Chantilly as a defense contractor and research scientist. In the course of my work, I've deployed to Afghanistan, Haiti, and many other locales, working alongside the men and women of our armed forces and the intelligence services on national security missions. Men and women that swore an oath to defend and uphold our Constitution against all adversaries, both foreign and domestic. As an unarmed civilian in these deployments, I was required to be trained in the use of weapons common to both U.S. servicemen and our adversaries, so that I could pick up a weapon and use it as a last resort to defend myself and my countrymen if necessary. Years ago, my team was also outed to the drug cartels, and so I've been a quiet Second Amendment supporter and Virginia concealed carry permit holder for some time now. I can no longer stay quiet. The Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution and Article 1, Section 13 of the Virginia Constitution affirm the natural and inalienable right of all to protect themselves with arms. They also affirm and codify the interest of the nation state in having the common citizens be familiar and proficient with the armaments that a general soldier would be required to use in the case that militias need to be called up from the general populace, the draft. These articles are not an enumeration of the rights given to people by the government, but they enumerate restrictions on the actions that the government is allowed to take with respect to its citizens. And they very clearly state that the right to bear arms shall not be infringed. The firearms bills proposed by the incoming legislators are flagrantly unconstitutional in that regard. They will cause millions of Virginians to become felons almost overnight, including myself. They will have little impact on reducing crime rates or deterring criminals. They will incur dramatic consequences to our economy, businesses, and employment, and will likely have disproportionate negative impacts to minority and low-income communities. Federal contractors like myself will be forced into a no-win scenario with regard to keeping their clearances and consequently their livelihoods if these bills come to pass. Gun control does not equate to crime control. These proposed gun control measures are demonstrably ineffective, as can be evidenced by simply looking to our neighbors in D.C. and Baltimore, with some of the strictest gun laws, yet staggering violent crime rates. We also look at the recent attempted mass shooting in Texas that was stopped in approximately 6 seconds by law-abiding concealed carry members after Texas removed places of worship as gun-free zones after a similar 2017 shooting that took 26 lives. The only constituency made safer by gun control is that of the criminal element, as law-abiding citizens are disarmed and made easier targets. The litany of gun control bills being proposed by Richmond will effectively neuter and almost completely nullify the right to bear arms via legislative end run around both federal and Virginia constitutions. These bills will infringe on citizens' First, Second, Fourth, Fifth, Sixth, and Eighth Amendment rights, making our communities less safe, and sow discord and distrust between private citizens and law enforcement. The citizens of Virginia have recognized this, and we are asking you to use your powers as representatives to defend them and their rights by defeating these measures in the General Assembly. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comments.